Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sutton's Days. If you're new here, my name is Lisa. We are all about pantry preparedness. And today we're going to get a little age specific about pantry preparedness because it matters. Things change as we grow older, and our pantry should not be exempt from that. Today's topic kind of hits home for some of us, right? Pantry preparedness for aging gracefully. I don't think I've ever done anything graceful in my entire life, but I'm hoping to age gracefully. We'll see. It probably won't happen, but it's, our needs change as we get older. So our pantry is going to change as we get older. How we manage it is going to change. And I have some thoughts, and then I have some tips because the tips are important, right? Let's talk about why. Why does our pantry look different as we age? First, there's the physical changes. Yeah. Wow, I'm becoming very familiar with those very quickly lately. Lifting heavy boxes or, bending over to reach bottom shelves, reach the back of the bottom shelves, or rotating around 50-pound bags of rice, right? This might not be as easy as it once was, but that's okay. It's okay, and it's normal, and it's fine. Preparedness should serve your body, not strain it. Second, there's health changes. Again, I've become amazingly familiar with those lately, but many of us deal with dietary challenges, right? Different needs as far as our diet is concerned. Low sodium, high fiber, reduced sugar, or food allergies that develop later in life. Like there's not enough being thrown at us. If you're on medications or if you're managing a health condition, your pantry needs to reflect that reality. It absolutely needs to reflect it. So one of the common things when I suggest rice, and a lot of people say, well, I'm diabetic, I can't eat rice. Don't buy it. Don't put it in your pantry. Our pantries need to reflect what is best for us, each individual person. You can't just grab whatever's on sale. That's not the way it works anymore, right? It needs to be something that supports your well-being. And that is optimum. That should be one of the first thoughts that you have. Number 3 is energy and mobility. So not having the same energy. Who knew our parents would be so right about how great it is to go to bed at 9 p.m., right? Energy is a big factor. Mobility is another big factor a lot of times when you're not feeling 100% or you're recovering from an illness or surgery. Yeah, okay. It's a blessing to have food on hand to ensure that you have stuff that is easy to prepare so that you can focus your energy on what's important, which is taking care of you and your body. That's why your pantry should not just include ingredients. It should include solutions. Ready-to-eat meals, great things to have. Canned soups you trust. We all have different soups that we can trust. Some we can eat, some we can't, depending on our restrictions. Protein-rich snacks that don't require a full cooking session. No, you don't have to defrost it and then sear it and then do this. No, just some protein. That's all you need is some protein, right? And finally, security and independence. I never understood that. I think until recently. I understood the security part. The independence part I didn't fully embrace because I thought, I'm fine. I'm independent. But there may be a time where I'm not as independent as I think I am or I would like to be. For many of us, the biggest goal is staying independent as long as possible. A well-stocked pantry isn't just about surviving emergencies, okay? It's about maintaining dignity and freedom. And that's a really big factor for a lot of people. And I know I've had a lot of comments from a bunch of you, about the fact that you live by yourself and, you need to make this work for you and you have figured out how to do it or you're figuring out how to do it. Because being able to take care of ourselves and have that independence is priceless. You won't have to worry about relying on other people or stress about running to the store during bad weather or health flare-ups, right? Those are taken off the table when you create a prepared pantry for you at this stage of your life. And the stages, they'll keep changing. Trust me, they'll keep changing, okay? That target moves, and that's part of the fun of it, honestly, is that it's not a stagnant set it and forget it, that you're going to keep working on this. You're going to keep adapting this because you adapt and you change and life changes. And so should your pantry. Let's start by kind of assuming that you have a pantry, right? We're going to reassess your pantry. Now that we've talked about why it matters, because the why is important, let's look at how to reassess your pantry for this season of your life. Grab a notebook or your pantry planner, we're going to do a quick inventory with new eyes. I'm getting new eyes? No, you're not getting new eyes. You're just going to look at things a little bit differently. Ask yourself these questions. Stand in your pantry, stand in front of your pantry and ask yourself these questions and be honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with yourself, you're kind of wasting time. Okay, so one is, can I easily reach everything I need? That's a big one. Can I easily reach everything I need? I think I revealed, I don't know, a month or so ago that I discovered a container of unopened coffee at the very bottom, very back shelf of one of my shelves in the pantry. How did that get back there? I don't know. Do I ever go back there? Never. That's probably one of the most difficult places to access, right? But guess what I found? If not, okay, you want to rearrange shelves so that daily use items are waist to shoulder height. Put heavier items on the lower shelves to avoid injury. Don't put that 5-gallon bucket of beans on the top shelf. It will try to take you out. A very important question, I think regardless of what age you are, but it's still a very important question is, am I stocking what I actually eat now? That's important. There's no sense in buying something that you don't eat. Well, if the world ends, you're going to have a whole multitude of problems. Don't make the fact that you don't have a food that you actually eat one of them, Taste and digestion change over time. Oh my gosh, do they? Maybe you can't tolerate spicy foods like you used to. Or maybe you're drawn to lighter meals or soups or stews, right? Stock foods that feel good to your body, that make you feel good, not just what used to be the staples. Number 3, is your pantry mobility friendly? This is huge. This is really, really big. Add Lazy Susans, pull-out drawers. You can find pull-out drawers for your shelves. Clear bins with handles on them. They're great, okay? Consider labeling everything. I'm not kidding. I find this so important. Label everything. Do not trust your memory so that you don't have to move 10 cans to find the one that you want, You want to make sure that it's labeled clearly and set up well so that you can see what you have and get to what you have. And also, you don't want it all over your floor. It's a death trap. It really is. Number 4, what would I eat if I didn't feel well for a week? Look in your pantry and say, what would I eat if I didn't feel well for a week? If I was feeling really sick, if I got the C, if I got the flu, if I got pneumonia, if, okay? Do I have what I need to eat if that were the case? And I have no energy and I feel like I've been run over by a truck. Do I have stuff in my pantry that I can eat that will help sustain my body and help me heal? That's a big one. Think of soft recovery foods. Those are important, okay? Applesauce, oatmeal, pudding cups, chicken broth, freeze-dried soups that just add hot water. Those are all great options. And if you eat them today, that's even better. So look for those foods, those types of foods, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be that list, but those types of foods out of what you currently eat today. If you don't eat pudding cups, don't go get pudding cups, okay? But if you eat applesauce, definitely have an extra jar of applesauce on the shelf. It hurts nobody, and it's there when you need it. Number 5, do you have backup comfort foods? Because sometimes all you need is some comfort food, A little bit of joy goes a really long way some days, A little bit of joy, a little chocolate Hershey Kiss, or a little special coffee or tea, or, that little special. Keep shelf-stable coffee creamers, teas, or small treats. Comfort food is still part of wellness. It's still part of not feeling deprivation on top of the stress of everything else going on with your situation at the moment. It's it's just a good thing to always have around. I'm not saying to buy copious amounts and then indulge, with no limits. Just have a little something, something there because it helps. Doing that basic assessment, those 5 questions, okay, about twice a year. If you save those questions, add them to your calendar, and do that assessment about twice a year, you will see how your pantry evolves, and you will help it evolve in the right direction so that your pantry is sustainable for you, so that it is something that makes you feel better, not something that's trying to take you out. Now, if you're just starting, this one's for you, okay? We're going to talk about building a smarter pantry because it can be done. Number 1 is to simplify your systems. Don't make it hard. Just because I do it this way doesn't mean you need to do it that way. You need to do it in a system that works well for you. Might you try 5, 6 different systems until you find the one that fits right for you? Yes, that's normal. So you just keep doing it until it feels right for you. Create your own system, however it works. But you don't need 15 kinds of beans or 20 kinds of condiments, right? Focus on ingredients that can make multiple meals. Ingredients that make multiple meals. So you're looking at your staples. You're looking at rice. You're looking at pasta. You're looking at canned proteins, soup, oats, that kind of thing. Those are your staples. Those are your power players. Next, you want to go for convenience without compromise. How do you do that? Canned chicken, shelf-stable milk, instant mashed potatoes, okay? These make meals easier without giving up nutrition. So if you like potatoes and you can eat potatoes, okay, find the easier way to have your potatoes. That doesn't involve you peeling them and boiling them and mashing them and, grab some instant mashed potatoes. There's no shame in that. That way you have convenience without compromise. It's a great thing to do. If you have a freeze dryer or a dehydrator, even better, prep your own ready meals. You can do this. Prioritize protein. Protein is super important. And it's not just meat, okay? You can get protein from multiple different sources. But as we age, maintaining muscle is key to strength and recovery. And so you really need to make sure you're getting in your protein. Stock canned tuna, salmon, chicken. They have beef. They have ground beef. They have pork. They have little shrimps in a can now, okay? So they've got all of that stuff. Your freeze-dried meats, your protein shakes. Those are great. And beans, if you can tolerate them. Aim for 1 serving of protein per meal per person. 1 serving of protein should be anywhere between 30 and 40 grams of protein. It's not that hard. It's not as difficult as you would think. You just got to do a little bit of math. Number 4, hydration matters. Oh, does it matter? Okay. Keep a small bottled water reserve and some electrolyte mixes around. You want to keep those around. Dehydration is more dangerous as we age, and it happens super fast. Super fast. Raise your hand if you've ever been dehydrated, legitimately dehydrated. It's scary. It's always not a bad idea to include nutritional supplements. Talk to your doctor, not me, okay? If you take vitamins, have a 3-month supply of them if you can. Same with medications, same with pain relievers. Or glucose tablets. That's a great thing. These are often overlooked when you're doing pantry planning, and they really are an integral part of your pantry planning. So make sure to add those in there too. You definitely want to plan for power outages. I'm kind of an old pro at this anymore. If you rely on a CPAP or refrigerated medications, make sure you have a battery backup or a cooler plan. Preparedness isn't just about food, it's about function, my friends, and you don't want those medications to go bad because your power's down. And you don't want them to freeze either, so it's not necessarily good to put them out in the snow. Stock emergency ready meals. Super important for all the different things. Think shelf-stable soups, stews, instant oatmeal, cans of tuna, or, pouches of tuna, chicken, all the different things. Freeze-dried foods are a great option too, okay? Keep at least 7 days of meals that are no cook options for when your stove or your oven or whatever isn't an option, so that you don't have to worry about it. Number 8 is to make sure to rotate and label everything. I can't say this enough, okay? Use the first in, first out method, meaning the oldest stuff on the shelf gets eaten first, and you keep rotating it out. It's not a set it and forget it. Mark the dates clearly. Sharpie markers are your friend, okay? Organization becomes even more important as vision and mobility shifts. It really is a big, big deal. And so just get ahead of the game. Winter's coming. It's going to be, stay inside weather. It's a great time to go through and make sure that everything is labeled. Now let's talk about cooking smarter, not harder. Okay, nobody needs a 7-course gourmet meal. Okay, they need food. It's all about the food. So let's talk about using that pantry, because that's what it's there for. One of the biggest shifts that we see as we age is energy. I start off in the morning, gangbusters. I am ready to take on the world. And by about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I am ready to kill people, okay? Some days cooking from scratch sounds exhausting. And, that's okay. That's just the way it works some days. But we're going to make it so that your pantry works for you, and it just takes a little bit of thought and a little bit of organization, and you're good. Batch cooking is your friend, and I see a bunch of you do this. Make double and freeze in single portion sizes, okay? That's huge to make a big batch of soup. I can't make a small batch of soup. A big batch of soup, and then put it into smaller containers and put it in the freezer, and you have multiple containers of soup whenever you want. That way you've always got homemade convenience food, homemade fast food, right? It's awesome. It's ready when you need it. Who could ask for more than that? And the price is right, because you already paid for it. It's been paid for. So anything forward is just free. Definitely look at appliances that make life easier. Life is hard enough, okay? But if you have appliances that make life just a little bit easier, my favorites, okay, are an electric kettle, priceless, an Instant Pot. I use it for a bunch of different things. Countertop oven or an air fryer. I love my Ninja air fryer. I think it's a 13-in-1. I'll put a link down below. I love this thing. I love it so much I gift it to people, okay? Our oven has been just giving us nothing but problems. I would be toast if it wasn't for that Ninja oven, air fryer, doohickey, 13-in-1 thing. It does stuff that I've never even tried, okay? But I know that I can use it like an oven, and I know that I can use it like an air fryer, so hey, I'm good. Keep what I call assembly meals on hand. These are super helpful. Tuna salad, soups, wraps, shelf-stable, stir-fry kind of kits, They have them out there. They're all over the place. Meals that come together fast, and because they come together fast, you will eat better. It's just the way that it is. Instead of going, I'm going to go out to McDonald's, you throw together something really quick at home. You're saving money. You're eating healthier. You're eating better. It's great. Even on your most exhausting day, it's not too much effort just to throw those together. I think one of the biggest things, because I always get people saying, I can't drink that much water. And I don't totally get it. I know that, when I finally got rid of the Diet Coke, that I drink like a fish. I constantly have water with me. But I do make it part of my daily plan. So make hydration part of your meal planning. Plan around that, because you can actually tuck it in with your food. Soups, teas, fruits, those count towards hydration. Dehydration causes fatigue and brain fog and dizziness. And I can remember talking to a friend on the phone going, I don't know why I feel this way, but I can't remember anything and I just don't feel right. And it turns out I was like massively dehydrated. And we had to walk through symptoms to figure it out. I had just literally forgotten to drink water the way I was supposed to. And I got really dehydrated. It messes with you bad. So you definitely want to make sure that you're getting enough hydration. It's not always in the form of water. Sometimes it is in the stuff that you eat, like the soups, chicken broth. It counts as liquid. It's good. Just watch your salt content. We don't want any of those symptoms hitting us when there's an emergency situation like weather or, anything else. we don't want them hitting on a good day, let alone a bad day. So staying hydrated should be a big focus. I need you to remember this. And I've been saying it a lot lately, I think, but I really want to drill it home. I really want people to remember it. Preparedness is not about fear. It's about freedom. Always remember that. Freedom from panic. Freedom from relying on systems that may not always be there. I mean, we're going through a lot of changes right now, right? And the older we get, the more valuable that freedom becomes, the more treasured it becomes, because it's possibly is not always going to be there. And so everything that we can do to ensure that we are independent makes life that much better. Let's talk a little bit about community and support, because rumor has it you can't do this by yourself. You really can't. Whether it's neighbors, church groups, family, your online pantry pals, building a circle of trusted people who check in on you, share supplies or swap meals, it makes life safer and richer. It really does. If you're living alone, set up a check-in buddy system. I did that video a while back now, okay, about elder orphans. It wasn't my phrase, it was somebody else's phrase, but, and I've got people from 40 years on up commenting on it still, that it resonates with them, that they are completely alone. My unsolicited advice here, okay, is that you are alone by choice. Be a friend. If you are a friend, you will make a friend. You have to be a friend to get a friend. So you have to put some effort forth in it. You have to put a little trust into it. I'm not saying open your doors to any Tom, Dick, or Harry that walks up. I'm saying that, be cautious, be aware, but get out there and meet your people. Because doing it alone is not sustainable at all. If you have elderly parents, help set them up in a senior-friendly pantry, Help create a pantry with them, for them, that has all of the senior-friendly things. Shelf-stable meals, hydration aids, clear labeling that they understand. Work it with them. I wouldn't say do it for them, but do it with them, because that way they have ownership of it, and that's important, to not feel like somebody's forcing stuff on you. Preparedness is the most powerful when it's shared. The most powerful. No one has to do this alone. You got people to find your people. You can do it. I know you can. So let's set up an action plan. Let's get through this. Let's set up an action plan, okay? It's going to be a quick action plan, but it's like a little bit of homework. Do a 15-minute pantry walkthrough. Identify anything heavy, hard to reach, or expired. Make a note. Acknowledge that they're there. Make a note that they're there. Next, you want to reorganize for accessibility. Great. So you took a day and you went through and you looked at everything. Day 2, you're now going to organize it for accessibility. Move those items that you use every single day to reachable levels, That's important. Use bins and baskets with handles. You want to make sure they have handles, because otherwise they're more and more difficult to hold as we age. Add easy day meals as part of your categories, okay? Create a small shelf or a tote labeled easy meals for sick days, recovery, low energy days. It's Saturday and they want me to move and I don't want to. That's an easy day meal right there. I call it frozen pizza. Number 4, check your medications and your vitamins. Ensure at least 3 months of critical items, if you can. I know you can't with everything. Number 5, document your preferences. Get it down in writing. If you ever need help, someone else can easily prepare your meals using that list. You're helping your future self. Your future self will thank you for it. Aging gracefully isn't about staying young. It's about staying prepared. I'm all for owning the age that you are. Own it. You've earned it. You've earned every gray hair, every wrinkle, every ornery moment that you have, okay? But stay prepared. That's the key, because that keeps you from being a victim. That keeps you from being reliant on somebody outside of your control, it takes away your independence. Preparedness gives us choices. It lets us live on our terms. How great is that? With comfort, dignity, and peace of mind. Peace of mind, that's huge. Your pantry is your partner on that journey. What a great partner to have. So take a few minutes today. Make it work for you. You can do it. I know you can, okay? Because the best pantry isn't the biggest pantry. It's not about size. It's not about size. It's the one that makes your life easier every single day. That's what it's about. Until next time, be safe, be well. Remember that the best insurance you can have is sitting on your shelves. And until next time, keep stacking it to the rafters, my friends.